Today, we're exposing 7 dark truths about introverts that most people misunderstand, ignore, or never notice at all. And if you're an introvert, you'll recognize every single one. Introverts aren't shy, they aren't weak, and they're definitely not quiet on the inside. 1. They feel everything deeply, but they never show it. Introverts don't feel less, they feel more. A passing comment, a slight change in tone, a look that lingers too long. These things don't slide past them. They sink in. An introvert might smile and say, "It's fine," but that moment follows them home. It replays in their mind while they sit alone, wondering if they misunderstood or if they were never meant to belong in that moment at all. They don't react because reacting feels dangerous. They've learned that showing emotion often leads to being dismissed or misunderstood. So instead of confronting, they absorb. Instead of expressing, they internalize. Over time, those unspoken feelings pile up quietly, like weight added stone by stone. People around them often say, "You seem so calm." What they don't see is the emotional storm beneath the surface, the empathy, the sensitivity, the constant awareness of others' moods. Introverts notice what others miss, and that awareness comes at a cost. Eventually, when the hurt becomes too heavy, the introvert doesn't explode. They withdraw. And that's when people say, "You changed." The truth is, the change happened long ago, the moment no one noticed how deeply they were hurting. 2. They crave connection, but their mind convinces them no one truly understands them. Introverts want connection just as much as anyone else, sometimes more. They imagine conversations that go beyond surface talk. They long for someone who understands their pauses, their silence, their need for space. But experience teaches them caution. They've opened up before, shared something personal, trusted the wrong person, and that trust was either misunderstood, minimized, or used against them. So now, even when they crave closeness, their mind whispers, "Don't say too much." They may sit next to someone they care about, physically close, but emotionally guarded. They want to speak, but fear being misunderstood again. Loneliness for an introvert isn't about being alone. It's about feeling unseen even when surrounded by people. So they wait. They observe. They hope someone will understand without forcing them to explain everything. And when that doesn't happen, they retreat, not because they don't care, but because caring without understanding hurts too much. 3. They overthink every word, so they choose silence. Before an introvert speaks, they've already played the conversation in their head multiple times. They consider tone, timing, impact. They ask themselves, "Is this worth saying? Will it be misunderstood? Will I regret this later?" While others speak freely, introverts calculate. And by the time they feel ready, the moment has passed. Silence becomes easier than explaining themselves over and over again. People often mistake this silence for disinterest or arrogance. In reality, it's mental exhaustion. Overthinking isn't a choice. It's a defense mechanism developed from years of being misinterpreted. They remember conversations long after others forget them. A single awkward moment can stay with them for years. That's why they speak carefully, because words matter to them deeply. Silence for an introvert isn't emptiness. It's full of thoughts no one ever hears. 4. Their loyalty runs deeper than people realize, and breaking it ends everything. When an introvert commits to someone, it's never loud or dramatic. There are no grand promises, no public displays. Their loyalty shows up in small, consistent ways. Remembering what matters to you, defending you when you're not around, staying when leaving would be easier. They don't walk away at the first sign of disappointment. In fact, they tolerate more than they should. They explain your behavior to themselves. They give second chances quietly, third ones too, all while slowly questioning their own worth. But there's a line, and once it's crossed, something inside them shuts down. Betrayal doesn't make introverts angry. It makes them emotionally detach. They don't argue, they don't beg, they don't seek closure. They simply withdraw their presence, their trust, and their energy. One day, you realize they stopped reaching out, and the silence feels permanent because it is. To an introvert, cutting someone off isn't punishment. It's protection. They don't hate you. They just refuse to bleed for someone who proved they wouldn't be careful with their heart. 5. They talk to themselves because their inner world is the only place that feels safe. Introverts live rich inner lives. When the world feels overwhelming, they retreat into their thoughts, not to escape reality, but to process it. Inside their mind, they replay conversations, analyze emotions, and search for meaning in moments others quickly forget. Talking to themselves isn't madness, it's self-regulation. It's how they make sense of pain, confusion, and disappointment without exposing themselves to judgment. In their inner dialogue, they can be honest without fear of being misunderstood or dismissed. Often they say the things out loud they wish they could say to others. The truth they held back. The explanations no one asked for. Their thoughts flow freely there, unfiltered. That inner space becomes a sanctuary, a place where they don't have to perform, impress, or defend themselves. When the outside world feels unsafe, the inside becomes home. 6. When introverts disappear, it's after a long, silent battle. Introverts don't vanish suddenly. Long before they leave, they try. They explain themselves, they adjust, they stay quiet to keep the peace. Each misunderstanding chips away at their energy. Eventually, they stop correcting people, stop defending their intentions, stop trying to be understood. Not out of bitterness, but exhaustion. They begin pulling back slowly. Messages get shorter, gaps grow longer. Their presence fades, and most people don't notice until it's complete. When introverts leave, it's not because they didn't care, it's because caring became too costly. 7. They protect everyone else's emotions while their own quietly collapse. Introverts are emotional buffers. They listen without interrupting. They soften their words. They absorb others' pain and carry it without complaint. But when they're hurting, they don't ask for help. They retreat. Because experience taught them that their pain often goes unnoticed or minimized. The darkest truth is this: introverts learn to survive by being strong in silence. And sometimes, that strength costs them more than anyone realizes.